Hi, I'm Rick Dior, and that was a great old snare drum solo called Beating the Blues by William Schinstine. One of the things I like to do with my students is teach these kind of older classic solos. As you've seen, I've recorded all the Wilcoxon books, all the Pratt books. I love these solos. They build strength, endurance, technique, timing, phrasing, all kinds of things. And when I was a kid, this was the kind of stuff that I worked on with my teachers. So we'll spend today working on this solo a number of different ways. I played through the whole solo there for you. I made a few changes. If you have the book, which you should, it's a great book. This is the book. It's called 17 plus 1 Percussion Pieces, Contest and Tryouts by William Schinstine. He has a few other books. They're published by a Southern Music Company. So we're going to go through this solo with several different bass drum ostinatos, and I will show you how I use this to develop techniques with my students. So independence and also hand technique. A few changes, though. If you have the solo in front of you, there's some rim shots they do differently here. He has stick shots like this, and then he has on the rim like this, and then he has on the stick. So I'm going to do all of these today like I just did as stick shots. It's just more jazz-like, and when you're playing a whole kit, it's kind of hard to hear if you just click the sticks like this, and also just on the rim. So we're just going to play everything as stick shots. Otherwise, I'm staying true to the solo. I am adding some of my own stickings. There are many that are written, but I am doing some of my own to make it a little more jazzy and a little less, let's say, classical. So the first way I do this with my students once they learn the solo, which is, it's not easy, so once they do that, get it up to tempo. And by the way, the tempo there was 220, and I'm doing it on 2 and 4. Now you can slow this down on YouTube. They have a really good algorithm. If you go under settings and just slow it down, you can do half tempo, really anything in between, and that's a really great teaching tool. But for today, I'll be playing all this at tempo. So the first way you want to do it is at that tempo we just did, 220, and with 4 on the bass drum and 2 on the hi-hat like this. Now you don't want to play your bass drum too loud. I have my drum here tuned a little bit high. There's a calf head on it, so you can hear some definition. But you don't want to pound it out. Just play it nice and light, and just as sort of a pad for the snare drum. Okay, so we'll play this again for you with that ostinato. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first way I would suggest doing it. You don't have to do it that fast. You could do it slower for sure. but that would be a good maximum tempo. The next ostinato I like to do is this kind of second line or Brazilian Baion rhythm, which is this. So we're going to play this a little bit slower. Let's say quarter note equals 200. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's a lot of fun as well. Finally, I like to do a clave ostinato, and a good one that works is a 2-3 Son Clave. Now you can swing that a little, so it sounds like this. And you could play 1 or 2 bass drum notes there. So you need to play the bombo note, which is the first note, and the second note is optional. So those are the 3 ways I like to work on these, going from easier with this, to this, to the clave. Now, of course, there's many, many more ostinatos. In my book, I have pages and pages of them that you can do. You can do all the samba ostinatos. And so on. They all work. But these other ones kind of lend themselves to more space, and they swing a little harder. So that'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be posting several other videos like this with different solos from the Wilcoxon book and some other books. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.